to the Breakthrough Show. It's Shirley and Deborah. Yes, we love y'all. Start your day the joyful way. It's your weekday morning talk show inviting you to start your day with a triple shot of good vibes. And now here's your host, the Queen of Joy herself, Jessica Dugas. Hello, everybody, and happy Thursday to you. You're watching Project Joy Live. I'm your host, Jessica Dugas. Fresh face today. Didn't even put my lipstick on today, but I was running behind in a rush this morning. I was indecisive today. I was planning on taking the car, then I wasn't, then I was, and yeah, so I was indecisive today, bringing out that Libra rising within myself. I hope you guys are doing well today. A little bit. I've been emotional for the last couple of days. Today would have been my grandmother's 87th birthday, and being back in my hometown here in Connecticut, it really, I said it to someone this morning, she's literally in the air that I breathe. I have so many memories of her and time that we spent together. And so literally everywhere I go, it is interesting. It is a challenge. It is nostalgic and beautiful. And nostalgia is actually our topic today. We're going to be talking about leaning into the joy and nostalgia, especially when, you have those super emotional times. But going back to some of the recent conversations that we've had, we know that anything can be joy, and sometimes we need to get out of our head what it's supposed to look like, and sometimes allow those tears to flow and other feelings to come up, and that in itself is joy, to be able to experience that range of emotion. So excited to dig into that with you a little bit today. If you're joining us live, I would love for you to say hi, let us know where you're joining from, and of course share what is bringing you joy today. And also if you're on the replay as well, I love all of you so very much, and I appreciate you being here with us after hours. So I also am interested in hearing stories of nostalgia today. If nostalgia plays a role in your life, and do you find yourself to be a nostalgic person? And I would love for you to share a story if you'd like to. So let us know if you'd like to do that as well. So we've got some national days to talk about today. Of course, we'll be ending with birthdays, and we have lots to talk about today. Where do we start today? Okay. So apparently National Cheese Toast Day, toast with cheese on it. Do you like that? Do you not like that? I used to enjoy some cheese toast. My kids love to make pizza toast, where you take the bread and you toast it with some sauce and cheese, make it like a little piece of cheese toast. Exactly, pizza toast, exactly what it sounds like. And so my kids enjoy that. And I think I used to like a piece of cheese toast more when I was younger. Not so much now, but it's a nice little snack, a little breakfast, little meal, whenever you want to have it. It is also apparently National Double Cheeseburger Day. My husband will be thrilled to know that. My husband is the king of cheeseburgers, loves some cheeseburgers. Of course, they're vegan cheeseburgers in our house, but he loves it nonetheless. We made burgers last night. In fact, he's always grilling them up. And so we do those a lot around here. Double cheeseburger is a little much for me these days. My stomach has shrunk a little to I can't, and it's better off, right? Less arteries clogging over here. So it's also National Linguine Day. Now I can get behind a good linguine, let me tell you. I like to usually do like a cheese sauce similar to an Alfredo. I love that. I also love to do just like a simple like garlic and white wine. You can put a little onion in there, A lot of people like to put the shrimp in there. I don't put the shrimp in there, but you can do a lot of things. Little artichoke. Oh, delicious. Love linguine. So happy National Linguine Day to my fellow Italians and pasta enthusiasts over here. Apparently, linguine means little tongues in Italian. I did not know that. And it is one of the world's oldest kinds of pasta. Fettuccine and linguine both developed around 400 years ago. Now, while both are thin, some of you might not know the difference between fettuccine and linguine. They are both thin, flat noodles. Linguine is narrower and more of like an elliptical shape. It's a more delicate pasta. Fettuccine is more square and flat and a little bit wider. So like a lot of times you eat the fettuccine alfredo. That was my brother's favorite pasta. So let me know if you love linguine. If not, what is your favorite cut of pasta? My absolute favorite cut of like a long noodle is for sure angel hair. Like all day angel hair is my favorite cut of long pasta. But I don't know. Like I kind of love a lot of different pasta for different reasons. I love stuffed pastas. I love manicotti and lasagna and stuffed shells. I love like the stuffed pasta. Hello. Now I'm hungry. This was a mistake. Got to get that disclaimer back up here, but now we're done with the food. Now we're done with the food. It is also National Felt Hat Day. Felt Hat Day. I don't have any felt hats, but it recognizes the stylish head protection worn throughout history. Historically, men and women wore hats as protection and status symbols too. This time of year, people traded the lighter, cooler straw hat for the warmer felt hat. Additionally, etiquette dictated what hats men and women wore and where. For example, good behavior required men mostly to learn to don and doff the hat at an early age. While primarily made from wool, felt can also be from the fur of other animals, usually rabbit and beaver. Yeah, not a fan of that. But you can use, there's felt that's not made out of any of that. So that's a good thing. Let's see what else we have going on over here. It is Online Learning Day. Love that. National Online Learning Day. And I've got a link for you guys as well. I'm going to post here in just a minute. So on September 15th, National Online Learning Day recognizes the advantages and vast potential of online learning. It also honors the accomplishment of online students everywhere. Whether you've ever taken an online course, used educational resources at a traditional brick and mortar school, or taught them, this day is for you. This day showcases online learning, helping people accomplish their goals and dreams. It helps check things off their bucket list. I love that. Raise your hand if you've ever taken an online course, webinar, something like that, any kind of online learning. I certainly have several times. I've also taught courses online, which I love as well. And I'm trying to figure out where in the world I put this link that I saved for you guys yesterday in honor of today. I have no idea. I may have to post it later. It is not here. So at any rate, my kids love to use a website called Time for Learning. If you'd like the link for that, I can give it to you. It's a great website, number one, for homeschoolers, but number two, also for children who want any extra help with learning and things like that. Time for Learning is a great resource. So I have a link that you can use for that. Just ask me for it. So happy National Online Learning Day. It is also National Neonatal Nurses Day as well. So sending lots of love to the nurses who do that job in the neonatal unit of the hospital. And there is one more fruit day, but this is one of the, I've really been intentional about trying different fruits that I've never tried before. But I have not tried this one. It is National Pawpaw Day. Happens on the third Thursday in September. It provides a taste of the great forgotten American fruit. Take a bite out of a creamy mango banana flavored pawpaw. That's apparently what it tastes like, is mango banana. Despite their tropical taste and appearance, many pawpaws grow natively in the United States. With over 60 varieties of pawpaw to choose from, the fruit's character changes slightly in each one. With a blend of banana and mango and sometimes pineapple, we shouldn't be surprised by the names given to the pawpaw. For example, the Kentucky banana and hillbilly mango hint at the exciting tropical experience awaiting us. Interestingly, the pawpaw is the largest edible fruit native to the United States. I had no idea literally any of this. Pawpaws are a rich part of the fabric of of American history and have been from the very beginning. For example, the pawpaw Native American diets included the pawpaw as an integral part of their diet. Some may have cultivated the pawpaw too. However, early Europeans used the pawpaw with the papaya. Very interesting. I did not know this. Apparently, rumors suggest that the pawpaw was George Washington's favorite dessert. I love that. And presidential farmer Thomas Jefferson also cultivated a pawpaw tree as well. Very interesting. Did not know that. Let me know if you've ever had a pawpaw. I have not. But now I feel like I want to find one. Jason Lansing is joining us this morning. Good to see you, Jason. He loves cheese. He loves fettuccine. Jason doesn't discriminate. Jason, have you ever had a pawpaw? That is what I need to know. And if you, I would love for you guys to chime in on some of these things that I've talked about this morning. So please feel free to comment as well. So we're going to take a quick break, you guys, and be right back after this. And we're talking about nostalgia today. We're talking about leaning into the joy in nostalgia and how we handle sometimes the nostalgia that's a little bit sticky, little bit challenging from time to time when those nostalgic things pop up. And so we're going to talk about that today as well. We'll be right back after this. You guys don't go anywhere. Breakthroughs are about more than you might think. They're about discovering who you are, digging deep, reaching to the core of your soul. They're about healing yourself, understanding your beliefs, creating a ripple effect. And it's not just those initial moments that matter. It's about using them to bring more joy into our own lives and the lives of others. It's about having fun, letting loose, enjoying every moment life has to offer. It's about finding a safe space. It's about creating connection. Join us each and every day for exclusive programming, special events, and a community to call home, where we invite you to explore, change the way you look at and live your life, and go beyond the breakthrough. So we ask you, are you ready? We'll see you online at thebreakthroughshow.com. Welcome back to Project Joy Live. I'm your host, Jessica Dugas, and super excited to be with you for another episode today. It is Thursday, September 15th, 2022. Jason says he's never had the pawpaw, and he said, what brings me joy is to be on here. It brings me a lot of joy when I see your name pop up, Jason. I really appreciate you and all the support that you have given me and the network since we met. I just really appreciate you so much. So I mentioned earlier on, we're talking about nostalgia today, and today would have been my grandmother's 87th birthday, so I'm feeling rather nostalgic today. And I want to start off like the good homeschooling mama that I am, and give the definition of nostalgia, the textbook definition, as you know. So nostalgia is a noun, a person, place, or thing. It is a thing, a sentimental longing or wistful affection for the past, typically for a period or place with happy personal association. I love that. The example that they gave is I was overcome with acute nostalgia for my days in college. Um, so I would describe my own nostalgic tendencies as being the wistful affection for. Um, it is I get very playful, like I love to reminisce about different things. And I feel often that we can use nostalgia as a tool for growth. Um, and I really enjoy being able to do that because we are able to tap into that joy of days past, but we can also use it as a method to appreciate the present and of course move forward with more knowledge than we had before, more wisdom than we had before. So there are times when I would say majority of the time I'm in that wistful affection kind of place. There are times when I do get into that sentimental longing. I feel like that's a more of a stronger description. It's more of a um feeling the need to go back. Like if you could time travel right now, you would go. Like that's what I feel like that longing is about. Whereas the wistful affection, it's kind of just like allowing yourself to play in those memories. And so I have had moments, especially since moving back to Connecticut, where I have had that sentimental longing. I've had that, God, I wish I could just go back, because sometimes you just have those moments of like, it's when you go when I drive by the empty space, which was once the roller skating rink that I used to go to. I'm like, man, I wish I could have bought that, or I wish I could have done something well. Like I wish I could have saved it. I wish I could have gone one more time. And I have kind of that moment of longing. And I think that's really the trick with nostalgia. So a lot of people will tell you, that nostalgia can be very dangerous because it takes us out of the present, and it doesn't look forward to the future, that it's living in the past. And I think that sort of there's a there's a line there. There's a boundary, right, where we can we can get sucked in. Especially I have found where moments where I am really unhappy in the present moment, moments where um I might be particularly sad, or lots of different things that I might be struggling in a current moment. Those are the moments that I find myself slipping into that living in the past and longing and etc. But using it, allowing myself to use it as a tool to bring me back to the present and help me look forward to the future has been extremely helpful for me. So, again, it comes, so many things that we talk about here on Project Joy are about that personal awareness, that really being self-aware in the moment. And that is a muscle you have to strengthen. That is a muscle you have to work on a day-to-day basis. And so what I think for me, it is helpful, number one, to allow myself to be nostalgic as it happens, as it comes up. So if I'm going to use the example of me being back at home in all of this, because as for anybody that's new, I just moved back to the town that I grew up in a couple months ago. Yeah, 2 months today. Two months today. Look at that. That's so funny. Um, I did not plan this, boys and girls. And so, excuse me, when I go by different places, When I drive by certain people's houses that I knew, when I go by my old school, or where in this case over here, where my old school used to be, my high school's still here, thank God. Everything else has been torn down and replaced with new schools. So there's just the land now. But when I go by those places, when I go by those people, I allow myself the space to be nostalgic for a moment if I need to. Any road that I'm going down that I used to walk down or whatever, I allow myself to do that. Because if I try to hold myself back and go, no, Jessica, live in the moment, be in the now, don't get yourself caught up on things that happened in the past. The more I hold myself back, the more it's kind of like a rebel reaction, where it's like suppressing part of me, and then down the rabbit hole I go later, and I have a harder time getting myself back to the present moment. So that's number one, is I allow myself to just be who I am, which is a nostalgic person, and I allow myself to experience all of it as it comes up. You would think that it would be the opposite, like don't do the things that are going to hold you in a certain space. But it truly, if I allow it to happen the way it happens naturally, then it's less of an issue later. The second thing I think that I do is to allow the different range of emotions to happen. So the textbook definition of nostalgia talks about longing or affection for a period or place with happy personal associations. Yes, a lot of it is happy, but sometimes memories will trigger things that aren't so happy, things that were challenges, trauma response. There's a lot of different things. You might be happy one minute, and the next minute you're remembering another part of it that'll take you down a completely different emotion. And so I think the second part for me is to allow any of the emotions to come through. And if I need to move from laughter to crying back to laughter within 5 minutes, then that's what I need to do at any given moment. So number one is allowing myself to experience nostalgia as it happened. Number two is allowing myself to experience the range of emotions that may come up. I think it can be important. So this will be number three, I think, to experience the nostalgia with other people is fun, but allowing yourself to do it by yourself is even better sometimes, or and to experiencing with other people. Why? Because it's really easy for us to get influenced by other people's emotions and what they think we should or shouldn't be, how we should or shouldn't be responding to these memories that we have. So I'll give you an example, because it's not a conscious thing. A lot of times it's very subconscious, or it just triggers if we're a very emotional person. An example of this is typically if I am with another person and we're going down memory lane about something and they start to get emotional, even if I'm not emotional, I will find myself tearing up, because I feel I'm very empathic. I feel what other people are experiencing. So it is that's why I say it can be great to be nostalgic with other people, but sometimes allowing that nostalgia to happen alone is a wonderful thing, because you're not influenced by other emotions. You're allowing yourself to really feel that organic whatever is coming up inside you about the situation. So I'm trying to remember. I didn't write any of these down. I just wanted to really go with how I felt in the moment. So one being to allow the nostalgia to happen as it comes up. Number two, to allow yourself to experience the whole range of emotion that might come up. It's not always just happy things that pop up. If you start to feel that sadness, anger, frustration, trauma, allow that to happen and work through that as it comes up. Three would be to experience with other people nostalgia, but also know the importance of experiencing nostalgia by yourself, and allowing, because it allows that organic, natural thing to happen, and you're not influenced by other people and their emotions. Especially, this is like big tip for my empaths out there. So the next one I think would be to, as the different things are coming up regarding these things that you've experienced in your life, be to take the think about the lessons. Think about the lessons, think about what you can take to it. This gets into start of, now we've been in we've been nostalgic for a moment. Now we're trying to, get back to the present. This is my biggest thing to get back to the present, is what does this have to do with now? What can I take from this now? What can I apply now? How can I experience this now? Like, we don't have a time machine, okay? I mean, we do. We can go somewhere in our minds. We can try to replicate something, but how can we take what we are feeling nostalgic about and apply it to our right now, to our present, to our right this minute? How can we take what we were so happy about or what we loved to experience and apply it right now? And that's how I kind of get myself to the present. So I might be experiencing all of these emotions that are coming up, and then I'm like, okay, I say to myself, what can I take to right now? What can I apply right now? And I think part of this isn't like an extra point, but part of this is having to do with making it relevant for right now. So and I think I've shared a little bit about this before, but I'll kind of touch on this for a minute because it's a great example of taking nostalgia and making it relevant for this moment. Is I've shared that we're plant-based, we're vegan, and one of the things, food has always been a big part of my life. It is for many people. That's why so many people find it challenging to change their diets or change their lifestyle, because, like, think about it, every celebration that we have revolves around food, and some of those celebrations, there's really strong traditions in there. So with my family, there would be certain things that we would, like it's not Christmas unless, it is not Thanksgiving unless, it is not someone's birthday unless we eat XYZ, whatever it is. So that was probably my biggest challenge when we became plant-based, because I was like, how are we going to ever enjoy, the holiday or the celebration without these things that are so true to what was real for me in those situations. So the first thing is to work through the emotions surrounding that. A Christmas is going to still go on whether you have a spiral ham or not. I don't know if you knew that, but for me, to honor the nostalgia, the longing, the appreciation for the past, it was about taking those things and forming the recipes to fit our diet now, to fit how we eat now, to fit our lifestyle now. So it was just about switching my mindset, learning some new skills, finding some different recipes, and I'm still able to honor the past by making it relevant for me now. So I can still have the cannolis. I just make vegan cannolis. I still do the 7-layer cookies. They're just vegan. And, so it's really about, you can say to yourself, what can I take from that nostalgia that I can apply in this moment? And then how can I make it relevant for today to be able to keep that, to get us back into the present? Similar to what can I take to move us into the future? Because again, we can take that nostalgia and we can apply to right now in the present, but then sometimes we get stuck there and it's like, okay, now we move forward. So again, what does this look like moving forward? That's kind of where the relevance comes in. Is it wise for me to sit in this space and wallow in it? Is there something I need to learn from this or take from this and moving forward? And really the truth of all of this, it goes back to what we've been talking about, that there's literally joy in anything if we allow it to be. But it's such a huge opportunity for growth, to look at the past with joy. And one of my favorite affirmations when I'm feeling specifically nostalgia and I start to slip in that place of what if and regret, I say I did the best I could with what I had in the moment. Like, damn, little Jessica did a great job, or teenage Jessica did a great job there. Because I did the best I could with the tools that I had in the moment and the person that I was in the moment. Because that's part of the challenge of, I think, those of us who resonate with being especially nostalgic, is not allowing ourselves to get in that space of what if and regret, because it can turn from a happy nostalgia, like I said, that I love that part of the definition, wistful affection. It can turn from that affectionate place to kind of going beyond that other part of the definition, that sentimental longing. And it can, for some people, even get into an obsession to where it leads to depression, among other things, because we're so stuck in the past and the what ifs and all of that, and then we're not in the present, and then it becomes really difficult to move forward into the future. So that's just some of what I wanted to touch on about nostalgia today, because I think there's kind of, I consider myself to be a very nostalgic person. I really resonate with the past more so than today. In fact, a lot of times I resonate very deeply with the period of time well before I was born. I mean, I've often said I'm a storyteller. I love the art of storytelling. I've often said I must be from a time where we used to sit around the fireplace and just tell stories, or around the campfire, or whatever. And there was no electronics. There was no anything else. As much as I love being on here with you guys, I say to myself, I think I may have been from that time, because I often resonate with a much slower pace. I often wish that we could, trade fruit from our garden instead of money, like just little things like that, that I often feel very connected to that way of life, rather than this fast paced push, heavy electronics, and the world that we're in now. It's just it's different. But so I think that it's valuable to look at the things that we long for in our past, the happy times that we had, the anything that we have come up, and say, know that you can use it for joy in the moment, to experience it. You can put it back up on the shelf, or you can take it and go, what have I learned from this, and how can I move forward to make even more joy in my life in this moment and going forward into the future? I just saw Adam Duvall pop up down the bottom. I am doing well. How are you doing? We're talking about nostalgia today, and it's been a super fun conversation. So those are just some of my ideas, some of my tips, some of my tricks about being nostalgic, and how we can use that as a tool. It doesn't just have to be this thing that we do, and it doesn't have to take us over either. It doesn't have to pull us down the rabbit hole. It can just be that thing that we choose to revisit and shelf, or revisit and use it for future. move forward with it, right? It has been a minute, but it's okay. Always good to see your face on here. So we're going to take a quick break, you guys, and we're going to be right back after this. We've got birthdays and whatnot to do, and let me know if there is anything in particular that is bringing you joy today, and we'll be right back after this.
Imagine a world where every child gets a great education. Educating all children is the only way to end poverty. This is what the Weiss Scholarship Foundation is working to accomplish. Our 6 staff members, our mentors and coordinators, who are on the ground in Kenya, are totally engaged in every aspect of our students' lives, so we can give them every opportunity for success. In just a few short years, we have already awarded 141 scholarships. We send children to high school who would have never gone without our support. And then we help them go on to either university or vocational school. We have already scaled our holistic business model to 4 locations and are ready to scale it to many more. Today it's Kenya, but tomorrow it's more countries. Please contribute what you can today. You can make a one-time donation, a recurring donation, or choose to sponsor a child all on your own for all 4 years of high school for just $3,500. Go to our website, www.weissscholarshipfoundation.org.
I shall stand for love, even with a broken soul, even with a heavy heart. I shall stand for love, for the world is wounded, not just my little piece of land, where I am mostly safe, where I am mostly well, but our world, everywhere, every day. I shall stand for love, because we need more light, not more death, not more power, not more bombs. I shall stand for love, so that our children are safe, so that our friends are sheltered, so that our borders are open. I shall stand for love, even with a broken soul, even with a heavy heart.
Welcome back to Project Joy Live. I'm your host, Jessica Dugas. Today is Thursday, September 15th, 2022. That was my good friend, Dorothy Auger, reading her poem For Love. If you stand for love with us wherever you are in the world, I would love for you to post in the comments, I shall stand for love, or we shall stand for love. I love to see that coming across the screen. It seemed fitting today. I was thinking a lot about my grandmother this morning as I was reading that poem. My grandmother was a beautiful example of loving even when it's challenging to do so. She really made it seem and look effortless. And though I know that it is very challenging at times to love, but she really just made it, she made it achievable. And I always looked up to her for that. And I will continue to think about her when it might be challenging for me to love in any given moment or experience the joy or something like that. Also, I put the link in the comment for you guys that the Weiss Scholarship Foundation virtual fundraiser is coming up September 20th, 2022. 7 p.m. Central Time. They have a goal of eliminating poverty around the world, and they are starting by educating children. And they had started by educating children in a little village called Dago, Kenya. And they continue to expand on that. And I would love for you to be a part of their virtual fundraiser. They're doing a silent auction, etc. So that information is down in the comments for you guys. Adam mentioned that he is pushing to his goal to become a certified doctor in mental health. Love that, Adam, and wishing you lots of luck with that goal. It is always fun going back to school and whatnot later in life. So wishing you lots of love with that and joy and all of that good stuff as well. So let's talk about birthdays today. I mentioned my grandmother, of course, she would have been 87 today. Let's see who else we have that I wrote down in the celebrity world. We have Jenna Marbles. She's a YouTube personality, very funny. I find her absolutely hysterical. I used to watch her a long time ago. I haven't watched her in a long time. I should see what she's up to. But Jenna Marbles, happy birthday to you. Prince Harry has a birthday today. Who knew Prince Harry shared the day with my grandmother? Of course, my grandmother was around a lot longer than a lot earlier than he was. But actor Tom Hardy has a birthday today. Explorer Marco Polo has a birthday today. Anybody else enjoy playing Marco Polo as a child? That's a piece of nostalgia for you right there. Marco, I enjoy playing it in Walmart every now and then now. Happy birthday, Marco Polo. Actor Tommy Lee Jones has a birthday today. Happy birthday to him. Mystery writer Agatha Christie has a birthday today. Happy birthday to her. The Queen of Spain birthday is today. Happy birthday to her. Of course, my grandmother, Marjorie Spinato, had a birthday today. And Tina Thompson Hogg has a birthday today. Her last, I hope I'm pronouncing it right, but we're just gonna Hogg. I don't think it's Hag because I think it would be one A. I think it's Hogg. So we're going to go with Tina Hogg. You ever have friends and you just never know how to say their names, so you just never say it? Anybody else? Just me. Okay. So let's get our birthday song on for these fabulous pizza. Now pizza. It's on my mind. People today. You're not pizza. You're people. Let's get our birthday song on. Drum roll, please. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jenna Marbles, Prince Harry, Tom Hardy, Marco Polo, Tommy Lee Jones, Agatha Christie, the Queen of Spain, Tina Thompson Hogg, and Marjorie Spinato. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to all that are celebrating today. Wishing you an amazing day. So last night, Jackson's had an amazing show on Divine DNA, by the way. If you missed it, go check out the replay. They took relationship questions from social media, and some of it got a little spicy. Okay. Angelique was bringing the spice on Project Joy and Divine DNA last night. So be sure you check out the replay. You can go to thebreakthroughshow.com and check that out as well. What else do we have going on? So this afternoon, Karen Timer will be on for her final show with the Breakthrough Show Network. She has been the host of Freedom Starts Now for a little while, and I know that she has an amazing guest. I think it's Aaliyah. It's her name, Ilia, and they're going to be talking about Journey to a New Life. Ooh, that sounds juicy. Make sure you guys check that out with host Karen Timer today at 12 p.m. Eastern time. And I think 12, I'm having a moment here, you guys, please pause. She'll be on this afternoon. Yes. 1 p.m. Eastern time. You guys, if I ever get Eastern and Central situated in my brain, it'll be go get your bread and milk. That's all I can tell you. Go check that out. 1 p.m. Eastern time. Karen Timer, Freedom Starts Now, and they're going to be talking about Journey to a New Life. So I love that. Also, I'll be back for Project Joy tomorrow morning and for Fun Friday. And I have been working on getting comedians on for you guys. I know that Carl Barth, one of the stars of ABC's Holy Moly 2, he will be on the show at some point coming up, and really excited to have him come on, and we'll share the screen and some laughs, which will be a lot of fun for a Fun Friday. Also, tomorrow at 12 p.m. Central, 1 p.m. Eastern time, we have a new episode of The Breakthrough Show with past guest Miha Matlievsky. He's going to be on the show to talk about failure and why it's actually important to fail in your life. And he'll be talking about his home country of Slovenia as well. So make sure you guys check that out. Thank you all for joining me today, wherever you are in the world. I'm your host, Jessica Dugas, and I want to remind you to make joy a priority in your life today and every day. We'll see you next time.
You've been tuned in to Project Joy Live with Jessica Dugas, your weekday morning talk show, inviting you to start your day with a triple shot of good vibes only on the Breakthrough Show Network. Binge all past episodes of Project Joy at projectjoypodcast.com. Until next time, help us spread the joy by sharing this episode, and we'll see you soon.